Hello. We're back in Minecraft, the game, where you mine and craft things. It's becoming dark. This is the house. You live inside houses, if you're not familiar. We're going to sleep. We have slept. We will mine now. A sword would be useful. A sword is a weapon. Weapons are things you use to inflict pain. A sword is a form of weapon, and is the main one you can make in this game. We don't have many torches. We will use some coal, which we do not have a lot of. Let's make some more. And we'll put our stuff away except dirt and our tools. We will enter the mine. Actually, before that, we will make more sticks. Like so. And that will be that. I believe we are ready. I am hoping we can find iron. Iron is a resource you find underground, usually. And it allows you to make better tools. These are tools. This is also a tool. So here's our mine. I'm going to keep going deeper in the hopes of finding more resources. And ideally, though I do not expect to this go around, you will find diamonds, which are the best of the materials in the game when it comes to creating tools and armor. Armor's things you wear that make you hurt less when you get hurt. That is called pausing the game. That's a zombie. We're getting close. There's something. Perhaps a cave. A cave is an underground space. Or place, if you will. This is dirt. It's dirty. Oh. That is inconvenient. That is... We have found iron. We are fortunate to have found iron. Especially as our pickaxe is soon to break. Perhaps there may be some more? No. We have enough iron to create a pickaxe, and we will need an iron pickaxe in order to harvest those resources, such as diamonds, gold, redstone, and the like. It will make mining through cobblestone, or just stone. It is stone before it becomes cobblestone. It will make it faster, and the iron pickaxe will last longer. That is lava. That is dangerous. Danger water, as some would say. I still hear the water running, so it must be in some degree of proximity. Though where, I do not know. So we will carry on until our pickaxe breaks, and then we will return to the surface, which is up there. This is where we came from. I don't know how... Oh! Okay. I do not know how... Oh! How deep we are. Oh! There we go. We will go back to the surface. I really should dig this out more, so I don't bump my skull quite so much, my noggin. Don't knock my noggin, as they say. And perhaps if I had... That was a skeleton. There's a skeleton nearby. Boyo. That's a nice tree. Whoa. I'm squinting. That's what it is like. Okay. I was not aware I could do that. Welcome home. We're going to make our iron ore into iron ingots, with which we can create iron tools. We'll make some more stone tools as well, that we will have need of. And we will make a stone... Will we? No, I will make an iron pickaxe. What else would I need? Not sure. On that one, let's... No, I will not throw these eggs. I wanted to, but now I'm thinking I should not. There we go. We have advanced in our hardware, in our technology, as it were. We will put away many of these things. This seems appropriate to me. And actually, we will make more sticks. If we find coal, we can make more and go deeper. Okay. Thank you. There's a sheep. Okay. See? Faster. More efficient. We're close. Very close. It's always an agitating feeling knowing you're close to a cave, but you just can't seem to reach it. This is bedrock. It is unmineable. You cannot go through it. It is, in essence, the bottom. And I think we have reached it. That is redstone. This is for contraptions. For me, that just means rails, because I do not know how to use redstone very well. Let's see. Any further down? No? Okay. We want to go up to 11 for diamonds. 1, 2, 3. Right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. We're at nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. Aye. A cave. Wait a minute. There's another way to find coordinates, right? There is. Okay. Well, then we are at 11. That is a skeleton. He's dead. Get bent. That is iron. Alright, first we will make this pathway more convenient. I feel guilty for having resorted to the F3 screen, as this is called. But alas. I wanted to try it this way by going down to Bedrock, as on the Pocket Edition of the game, which is now the basis of Minecraft Bedrock. Back in, I would say, about 13 years ago, maybe 12 years, 12 over 13 years in the past. That was the version I began Minecraft on. And in that version, diamond height was about the same, I believe. However, you had no access to this screen, so you would have to count manually. Not much iron, I'm afraid, but we have enough to make another pickaxe. Oh, there's more right there. And finally, some more coal for our energy needs. That is a zombie. The undead. We will take this redstone as well. Normally in this version of Minecraft, beta 1.7.3, redstone would take a very long time to mine. However, I am using a modified version of the game that makes it what it should be. A similar thing I've installed for crafting tables. Back in this time, you cannot mine them at a normal speed with an axe. Instead, the fastest way to mine one was with a sword. As you have likely seen in videos on YouTube of people playing these older versions of the game. And I used to play an unmodified version that would also be that way, and I've experienced that, and I've decided it was not something I wanted to put up with. Now we will make more torches, so our travels can go on longer. So long as our pickaxe allows, I would say. Okay. Now we will take this iron. There's quite a few over here. It's all quite good. You know, it's nice being able to play these, I would say. It's nice being able to share with others. Personally, I do not like modern versions of this game. Okay, perhaps that is the wrong way of putting it. I vastly prefer older versions of Minecraft to the new. And by new, I would say... I'm not sure how I would define when the cutoff is, but at some point or another after Microsoft acquired this game. And Mojang, or Mojang. I do not know how to pronounce it even after all this time. And things just feel more corporate, I suppose. More kitsch. Just more, hey, let's sell merchandise. Those are diamonds. We have found diamonds. And gold. Usually I like to save the best for last, so we'll start with the gold. Which, while useful for powered rails, it's flimsy. Excuse me, not very useful for tools. But diamond. This is something special. We have 3, enough for a diamond pickaxe. The greatest pickaxe in the game. Hopefully we do not die down here. It would be quite unfortunate to lose my diamonds. My first diamonds in this world. And you were here to see it. In a way. So thank you. Whoever you might be. Okay, I believe that is that vein cleared out. Oh, there's more iron that I missed. Is that all? So it would seem. I prefer to keep my torches, if I can manage it, and if I do not forget, on the right side of the cave wall whenever I'm exploring, so that I know which way I've gone forward and which way would be the way back. Often, of course, it is not so simple. Sometimes you just can't, or the cave is too large, and you have to place torches on both sides to keep it properly lit. Or illuminated, if you prefer a... Okay. Even now, cave sounds, as they were designed, still get to me. That is a lot of iron. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Very, dense cave when it comes to resources. I've had quite a bit of luck, as I often do in my life, I will be honest. But I have had quite a bit of luck in exploring this cave. But as I was saying prior, before I got sidetracked by other things, for me, playing these older versions, it is fun, it is relaxing, but I cannot, and I have this problem with modern Minecraft as well, I cannot quite commit to a world if I'm playing it just by myself. Now, if I play a world with others, and then play it on my own later, then I have little trouble at all. And in a similar light, if I am playing on a server and there's no one on, I can do that for a while. Excuse me. Sorry I had to cough, but as I was saying, if I had previously played a world with another individual, I have an easier time getting into it. But if I'm just playing by myself, often I will just lose. I'll want to play, I'll watch videos of people playing the game. But for me, I just drop off, I suppose. I'm recording, actually, before I get into that point, I will say that goes for many games that I play. Well, I wouldn't say many, but strategy games and this game. So generally sandboxes, I would suppose. I want to play, I have ideas for what I want to do, but I just cannot sink into a full campaign in a strategy game, or a full playing a world. But if I have played it with another person, and the reason why... Oh my gosh. You are a scoundrel. Forgive me. The reason I'm recording this world in the first place is partly so that I have more motivation to play it. Because I want to have that motivation. I enjoy playing these versions of the game. Very much. Okay. Let us see. Alright, we will create a diamond pickaxe. Thank you. Now we wait. We can create a oh, never mind. Now we can create another iron pickaxe. And I believe we will make 2 before we return underground. And I believe we will need more wood for sticks. But that can wait. Another thing that this modded version allows me to do, this modified version, if you will, is in this version, shift clicking, I believe, was not yet in the game. You would have to manually click, but again, this version changes that. All right. I have moved the sticks. Oh, I used them all. Okay. Oh, this is lapis lazuli. It looks pretty, and that's about all I think you can do with it. Just look at it. I've done it again. I am a fool, but this goes without saying, I am afraid. Now we will make 2 more, so we have 3 pickaxes at our disposal. I believe I will make some more torches. Let us see how many sticks. We will get 8. We'll get 8 pieces of coal. Then 8 times 4, what is that? 32? 32 more torches. And there we go. We will return these pieces of cobblestone. And actually, I believe I keep going back and forth on this. I apologize. I do that with many things. We will make a sword, and then we will be prepared for the deep once more. Hello, pig. And chicken. The music in this game is quite something. I don't think you need my input to know that they knocked it out of the park. Honestly. Okay. It is relaxing. Nostalgic, of course. Which is something, I don't know, I guess part of why I come back to Minecraft, part of it is nostalgia, but technically speaking, I did not play this version of the game back when I was younger. As I mentioned, I played Pocket Edition, which the earlier versions were similar to Beta. So I guess that has a factor in why I gravitate more towards this version, but more diamonds. That is amazing. Apologies, I lost my train of thought. But nostalgia, I technically do not have a nostalgia for this version of the game. Sure I have, and nowadays, it's not my main consideration. I'm not actively, usually I would say, I'm not actively thinking, wow, that is so, what a blast to the past. I'm terrible at enunciating my words, which hopefully sharing this with you will help with. But that's not at the front of my mind. I think the front of my mind is more just playing the game that I enjoy and creating in it. Oh, that didn't work. But this will. This is a trick where you place a torch under a falling block, such as sand or gravel, and the falling block will break, meaning you do not have to expend time mining it as I am now. We will carry on. That is a spider. They are hostile when it's dark. And they drop strings, because spiders and webs. string you may use to create bows, and I believe arrows as well. That is ominous. We are not going down there just yet. I don't know if there's gravel up there, but we will... Oh, there it is. More cave sounds, thank you. I need light. Oh, I'm using my diamond pickaxe. That is not what I intended. I'd hoped to save it. Diamond pickaxes are necessary for mining obsidian. And they're the most durable and most efficient pickaxes in this game. But because they are what is needed for obsidian in particular, and their value, I prefer to preserve the pickaxe. Iron gets the job done just fine on the other ores in this game, I would say. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I am not sure if I want to continue down this route, but it does not seem I have much choice. We will go up here first. More coal. That is always very useful, and iron, of course. So fortunately, we're not facing diminishing returns. Okay. There we go with that. Now we will mine this. Now, I did say that nostalgia is not necessarily a driving factor for me in playing this. Though it is, I will say it is part of it. The game definitely does often, and I suppose this may be contradictory to what I said previously, does not feel super or very or to an extreme extent nostalgic. It's definitely there, as I said, and well, I suppose... Oh, forgive me, I have to cough. My apologies. I'm unwell, but I was saying, usually the nostalgia I get from this game when I play it, this version, is nostalgia for more recent times while I've been playing it. So for example, in the year of, what was it, 2024? So last year as of date of recording, 4 years later, 4 years late after everyone else, I was taken with COVID-19, and I would listen to the podcast Creepcast featuring Wendigoon and Meat Canyon, two YouTubers. Highly recommend if you have not listened to it. And I was listening to certain stories they would read, because they read internet horror stories. And stories are a... How would I define a story? I suppose a basic meaning would be a way of conveying information, but that is very broad. Speaking can also be that. I'd say they're speaking with a message, but it doesn't have to be a story, and a story does not exactly need a message. Perhaps intentful speaking for the means of amusement or entertainment, or to deliver a message. So anyways, those two YouTubers in their podcast Creepcast read out internet horror stories, and horror is a genre or a type of media revolving around the emotion of fear and other themes considered darker. But back to my point, certain stories that I would listen to them read, those are what come to my mind when I play this game and I have that feeling of nostalgia. Or, alternatively, to things that were occurring when I'd be playing this game, which are very recent, so I'm not sure why. Well, I suppose it makes sense that the feeling is not that strong. But also, mainly, I would say, is to other things I was involved in when I was first getting into the game Minecraft. So nights at my cousin's house, sleepover, well, my grandparents' house, which all my cousins would go to. We would all go to those sleepovers, and those were amazing. On weekends. And then we did many things there. We did essentially everything. So you can imagine all the things, all the adventures of say, childhood. And I would say I'm still technically a child. I am only 19 years of age, so I'm not fully developed, and life experiences are not completely there yet. I still know very little about the world for all the research I've done and all the things I've read, but earlier childhood, I'd suppose, all the things of the early 2010s that a kid was doing, more than anything, which I suppose is that would just be nostalgia. That's not anything special. I'm not trying to make it sound like a unique thing I've experienced. I'm simply saying it because I want to. And better that than dead silence, I suppose. Oh! Oh, I just realized I do not have food. This is growing more dangerous, but we will press on. Until at least this pickaxe is destroyed. I would say we have a decent haul of ore so far, and plenty of coal, which is always good. You'll always need more coal. But all in all, whatever I do feel when playing this game, I'm just happy to be able to play it. And to be able to share it with one or two people in the world. And in doing so to motivate myself to keep playing. It has been some days since I last recorded, and honestly, what I've been doing has worked. I have wanted to get back to playing. I've had an itch to do so. And often when I start a world without recording or sharing or playing with another person, I'll have that for some time, but not... It will fade quickly, and often, more often than not, I will just always have to be forcing myself. Which, if you would think, well, if you're forcing yourself, you don't enjoy it. And don't force yourself if you don't want to do it, but I do want to do it. So I think it's more of a problem of motivation. I'm not sure. I think for most of the time I've played Minecraft, I've had this same issue. I'd say, oh, my apologies for that. I would say, since around maybe 2017? Coming up to the year 2017, so 5th grade in middle school, when I admittedly began to drop off, I think. I began to be less... I had a more difficult time becoming invested in my worlds. Before that point, when I was playing on Pocket Edition on my iPod Touch 5, or on the Xbox 360 with my father, and at my father's, or at a cousin's house. I'm sorry, I keep losing my train of thought, but... So after that really settled down, that wound down with those experiences, I had a harder and harder time being motivated to play this game by myself. Though admittedly, on at least Java Edition, or computer, it was always more difficult for me, regardless. But over time, that became difficult on all platforms and editions of the game. Whether it was PlayStation Vita or my iPod, which those two I would say are, and the Xbox 360, but more than anything my iPod. Before that, my mother's iPad were the primary ways I got into and played the game. And I have lost track of where I was going and where I came from. Okay, so this is... Alright, we will go this way. Torch is on the left side. There are many enemies. Oh, okay. I believe it is time to leave this cave. What is that? That is redstone. Am I still being pursued? Is that iron or is that gravel? That would be gravel. We'll come down here and... Okay. We're almost done down here. Okay, the redstone vein has in fact become a coal vein, which is fine. Oh! That is lava. And there we go. We can now leave. Return to the surface. Not as much... Okay. Not as much iron as I Not as... No. Don't like being interrupted. Mushrooms. I'll take those. And gold. That's convenient. Okay, I think we can mine a little. We can explore this a little more. See, there's nothing down here. It's all fine and dandy. And we have been rewarded for our curiosity with yet more iron. And coal. Coal is always nice as well, though iron is what we need more at this moment. And there we go. Okay, I believe our way out is not there. I know we have to go down before we come up. It's often hard for me to remember that. When that is the case. Is this redstone? Yes, it is. Thank you. Is that redstone? It is not. Oh, my torch. Okay, we will return... No, I must do this now. That is a lot of coal. I feel lazy. I do not mind the vein when I see it. I suppose it was worth it then. I'd like to say my intuition, but my intuition, is sorely lacking. There's 1 diamond. There's 5 diamonds here. Wow. I rarely see so many in one place. We have 7 diamonds now on our person. Is that... Okay, that is gold. I suppose I ought to. Gold will be very useful later when we attempt... If, I would say, but I would very much like to attempt to forge a railway. Oh, is that the sound of coal falling into the water? Yes, it is. There's yet more iron over here. Okay. That is very good. Okay. We will finish this vein of coal. I know I've said this about many veins of ore, but we will now finish that and head back home, if we can. Am I going the right way? No, I am not. Am I? Yes? No. Perhaps if I've gone in a circle, haven't I? Left. Torch on the left. On the left? Okay, here we are. Now we can return home. More diamonds. I have never had this much luck in my life with finding diamonds. Did I not have more earlier? Should I not have more diamonds? I suppose I'm wrong. Nine is plenty. I'll take that. And it's a bright and hopefully lovely day out there to welcome us back from our trip in the mines. Or the mine, I should say. In the caves would be a better statement. More accurate, at least. I don't know if better's really in this equation. Here we are. Okay. I feel this music would have been more suited to when we were down there. There we go. Now we're going to get the rest of our iron. Our iron ore. We have more redstone. Okay, I do not know why this is playing now. I suppose the game does not decide when it plays music, it just decides that it does. Oh, it's cold. In the meantime, why not hunt, I suppose? We do need food. I'm sorry. Oh, he didn't drop anything, so he died for nothing. This is food. Many of them just... You're smart. And of course the smart one drops more food. Just like people. In a sort of way. Where are the rest of the pigs? I see cows and I see sheep, but I do not see pigs. And pigs are the only animal that provides food. Oh, a desert. That'll be worth going to, I think. Is that a... No, okay. This is a nice view up here. There's the house. There's the lake. I believe it's a lake. I suppose you could call it a pond, but I think its size... Okay. I believe its size warrants it being designated a lake. But what would I call this lake? That opens out in what I believe to be the open sea. I guess it would be a bay. But what would the bay be named? Okay, we have to wait? Or do we? Do we have to wait? It's still going. Or perhaps not. What would I do? If I put another furnace here, I'll lose symmetry. Not symmetry, per se, but... Very well. I'll figure out something to put over here later. Until then, let us smelt some food. So cook, I suppose, not smelt. Be the correct term. Suppose I could do the same with a third. Why not? When in Rome, as they say. They say that, and I suppose they say this as a tongue-in-cheek thing. Not even a tongue-in-cheek, just as a little joke. That all men spend at least some time in their days or the weeks thinking about ancient Rome. I feel that. I have a friend who is... Okay, I guess talking about Rome is just wrong. So I will refrain. So instead, shears, that would be useful. These will allow us to get wool from sheep without killing them. Then we will make a bucket. Buckets are very useful. Buckets hold liquids, so water, for instance, which is that blue stuff out there, or the lava we saw earlier. Now, how shall I wonder, what kind of, what I call a farm or a garden? That's my first question. And then where would I put it? I could just have it by the water. I will need some dirt, and I think I will need some wood as well. And now, though, we can create a wooden axe. Not a wooden axe, a iron axe, which will make us faster and more efficient when it comes to chopping wood from trees. So we'll make ourselves, I suppose, one. One should do it. Or even two. We will make two. And that will be enough axes, I would think. You'll return these. And we will hang on to everything else. This seems fine. And we will go to chopping trees, and we will finish off this axe so we do not waste it. Oh, I think I should need saplings as well. In addition to the ones we get. It's always good to replant. prefer to have my tools all together. Okay. Tree there. Tree there. Tree is gone. Or sorry, the axe is gone. But now the tree is as well. So if I only waited a moment, I would have been correct. There we go. Now we will cut down this tree. And the next, and the next, and the next. And the next tree after that. This world is beautiful. I don't believe anyone can dispute that. Well, they can try, but they will be wrong. Then we will use this axe, and then when this axe has expired, we will finally move on to using our iron tools. Look at the stars. Won't be that easy, my friend. I believe it would be appropriate to sleep now. I really should do something about the roof. I don't know, I don't feel like making one with stairs and all fancy. So I might just place slabs and call it a day. Now I suppose we should sleep. Now I wonder how much iron we have. We have 43, that'll be good for a long time. Now I suppose we should sleep. And I also suppose that is where I will end this entry. I have not been keeping track of how long it has been, and I apologize for that. I really should. Until the next time, this will be goodbye, so thank you, I suppose.